So welcome back to our podcast that is Tech Insights. So today we are going to discuss about web development. So I am the host Akash Das and he is our co-host Aman Jaiswal. So I am handing over to him to begin the podcast.
Web development is basically one of the most interesting field in IT sector. There are many job offers for IT field, in which one of them is the web development. Basically, in this, the users or the programmers have to create some websites for the companies. There are many more things which we need to know for getting into this. So we will now be discussing about some questions and we'll surely be arguing on that as well. So we will be starting it soon. Let's start it.
So Aman, my first question to you is how can someone start their journey at web development?
This question is asked by many of the students who are currently in some technical fields. So the main steps to get into this field is basically starting up with basics. Having a clear basics is one of the most significant steps to get into this. The basic parts of web development include basically the languages such as HTML, CSS and JavaScript. These are the core languages which you need to understand in the initial times. Without understanding these, it's quite impossible to get into the higher fields. So you can explain the HTML, CSS, JavaScript in many ways. So hope you can give an example on that.
I am giving an example that is, if you take a human body, the skeletal part is, we can say that it is HTML part, and the skin and muscles part is the designing part. It is a CSS part, and the functioning of brain is, we can say that it is a JavaScript part.
Basically JavaScript is one of the core languages in web development only. It's recommended to many of the users to get into it. Basically, there are many things which you can do after web development, such as after completing the basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can get into React and Next.js, which are basically the frameworks. These frameworks are basically asked by every company. Okay, so basically the company doesn't ask you for HTML, CSS or JavaScript because these are the core languages and the prime languages which they don't need. The current trend in the market is all about React, Node.js. Basically, many of you would have heard about MERN stack. MERN stack basically includes MongoDB, Express.js, React.js and Node.js. Basically, these are the main stacks. Also, there is another stack which is called the mean stack, in which everything is same except React we use AngularJS. So there are many things which you can learn, but you have to first complete your basics. This is the main step. Okay, so Akash, there are many ones who are just getting into this. Basically, they have started their curriculum. So how would you recommend them to start up with, and which are the sources that they can go with?
So basically, I would not recommend to go for paid courses. Why? Because for beginners, it is also recommended to go for free courses because it is available on various sources like YouTube.
Okay. So what are channels which they can view on?
Apna college, there is full course is available.
Any alternative for that?
Code with Harry.
Okay. Which are the websites which they can visit basically?
You can visit WC Schools.
Okay. A well-known website. Anyone?
You can also use AI like
AI.
Like ChatGPT, Google Gemini.
Okay. Okay. So these are the sources where they can easily access the free materials. Any recommendation on paid materials? Like after how many time? After how much time should they get into the paid courses and all?
After you finish your beginners part, that from YouTube and all that. So after that, if you require to specialize your course and also you have a great interest in this field, so you can go for paid courses.
Basically, it means that if you have a real interest in it, then only you should give some money. First, you should understand the basics from YouTube, and if you are suitable it with and you want to get a job into it, then you should basically get into the paid courses as well.
Professional courses. And we can also take the courses, paid courses in the web development from Coursera or Google.
There's Apna College also providing the paid courses, in which they also help in making real websites such as Zoom and all. They are doing great works basically. So
we can. They also show us the clone apps for making.
Yeah, basically the clone apps only I'm talking about, such as Zoom and all.
Netflix is also very popular.
Netflix is also very popular. Amazon as well.
Yeah.
So these are the things from where you can get the juices and excel into it.
Yeah.
If you have interest.
Yeah. Web development is also very interesting if you start. It is not very hard and not very easy. So you can go and you try it out, and we also recommend to go for it.
See, it's always the first time when you get into a new thing.
Yeah.
So you have to try learning and get something which is suitable for you. Rather be a web development or be a data analyst,
Yeah.
or be an app developer.
So I will tell
The
you,
first time when you get your interest into it, basically. So diverging into everything is one of the recommended parts.
yes. So you can explore various fields, and if you have interest, so you can go for it. And for your future, it is also better to explore everything in tech field, so you can have every idea in this field.
Okay, so which are the companies which currently hire for web developers? Any idea about that?
SAP Labs, Wipro, or Deloitte,
Okay, so
etc.
these are the product-based, service-based companies basically. So any product-based company which hire?
Yeah, there are many like Amazon, Google, or
Basically, man.
yeah, bank.
Okay.
So what a fresher can expect a salary from these companies, or
Yeah. So basically, it depends on what skills do you have. In the starting of this podcast, I have said that there are many companies which are currently recruiting for React.js developers and all.
Yeah.
So it depends a lot on this. Okay. So currently, the minimum salary or the
a fresher can
most
expect.
minimum salary a fresher can expect is around 4 to 5 LPA. It could be varying according to the places,
Yeah.
according to your skills and all. But in service companies, it's almost around 4 to 5 lakh per annum. But
That's a great.
like that's a good for a fresher. Like if you get experience into it, if 2 or 3 years is more than enough to get an experience from
Yeah.
these companies, and then you can switch as well. And these companies will give you around 8 to 10 LPA per month.
Yeah.
8 to 10 LPA. These companies. So this is how you can get into it. Also, the product-based companies such as Google, Microsoft, and all, you have to first clear your DSA. So DSA is one of the most important part to get into these companies.
Exactly.
So you have to work on DSA as well as on your skills, because you have to get shortlisted for it also. So this is how you can get into it.
Yeah, and also there are many jobs or vacancy in this field.
Yeah.
So what we can conclude from this topic?
Yeah, web development is basically an amazing course,
Yeah.
an amazing field, and you can get an amazing salary from it also, until you get an interest into it basically. So it's recommended to try something new.
Yeah.
Hope you get into it and excel in it as well. It's okay if you don't like it. Not everything goes according to what we think of.
Yeah.
So this is how you can start up with your web development journey. The resources which we have mentioned are most useful. You can try more and research on it using your browsers.
So at last, I will say create, explore, and inspire.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bad नहीं दिया। Perfect. अच्छा स्टार्ट है
भाई फिल्टर लगाया थोड़ा भाई ठीक है.
लगा दो बस खराब नहीं है इसके पहले भी फिल्टर लगा हाँ.
This is the main step.
ये अच्छा हुआ है भाई काफ़ी लंबा खिंचाई
Which are the websites?
फिर से बोलिए नहीं यही सब
नहीं कट करना है पूरा.
कोड वाला
स्टार्ट होगा वापस से. 3, 2, 1.
छोड़ दो
So this is how you can do it.
या एंडिंग कर दे क्या बोले
क्या बोलूँ?
कंक्लूजन में क्या बोले इसे आवाज़ आता था थोड़ा तेज जोर से बोलो ठीक है
चल ना वो मैनेज कर लेंगे.
इंस्पायर
Yeah. Thank you.
थैंक यू
भाई हो गया
हो गया भाई।
अब नहीं होगा मेरे से अब